doing? It's me, Karen Viloria-Miguel, owner and founder of Canada Bliss, handmade crochet hats and accessories. And this is my Friday's Luncheon Live. I hope you guys are all able to log in okay. I know that some people were actually DMing before and some people are already here. I think, Sylvia, you're here. Hi, Sylvia. It's good to see you. Oh, she missed last week. She had a helper. Oh, everybody's tidying up. She went through some more yarns, bagging potential products, some for her, some for me. That's so nice. Hello, my dear. That's so nice. Like when I have a helper, so that actually she's a friend of mine. Sometimes she helps me teach crochet. Her name's Ophelia. Ophelia, if you're watching, hi, my dear. But she also teaches crochet. She's a guidance secretary at one of the schools that I used to work with when I worked at the school board. And she started a crochet program at her school. And then I think I mentioned this before, but they make items for the homeless. And so I donated a bunch of yarn for them, but occasionally she wants to make something special for herself. So I always set aside some stuff. I hope she's making good use of some merino yarn I gave her. I think I gave her about a kilo bag of merino the last time I saw her. So it's always fun to be around somebody who's tidying up their craft room, especially if you're getting started, because, oh, you will get yarn. You know, hello, Avis. It's good to see you, Avis. Oh my gosh, I wish I should have brought this up. If I knew this tidying up was going to be one of the themes we were talking today about, I would have shown your craft room. She's so proud of this. This lady she tidied up her craft room. It was amazing. Like the amount of stuff she tidied up in 1 week is quite remarkable. So I just have to hand it out to all of you guys who are creating, who are tidying up and getting all of your stuff ready. You know, this is the perfect time to do it because it's summer and honestly, fall's just around the corner. And we're all, you know, if you are, I know a lot of the theme of this channel is, you know, of course, business for hand makers and crocheters. So yeah, I mean, getting ready for the fall, heck, that's our busy season, right? So if our craft room and our craft supplies aren't tip-top shape, oh boy, it's going to be hard to find our stuff. And also you might end up buying more yarn than you actually need, especially if you find that you had a whole bag of the color you needed, like buried under some other skeins and balls. Am I right? I'm going to say hi to everybody who's logging in. Hi, guys. Thanks so much for logging in. I feel like I'm a little off center and my tree is crooked. Let me fix that. It's bugging me. Does it look slanted to you? It looks like it's slanting that way. I'm just going to, clearly it's not a real tree, but it looks so pretty, right? My mother-in-law gave it to me. Okay, I think it's straight now. Okay, so yeah. So let's see who's logging on today. Hello, Yvette. Oh, it's so good to see you. Hello. Oh my gosh. She's in the GTA with me and it looks fantastic. Thank you. And we are having such gloomy weather. We're getting like Florida style torrential rain in the GTA. It's wow. Like who needs to go to Florida right now? Because I think we've been getting storms that are like Florida worthy, like South Florida worthy. But my parents live in Florida and they are saying that they're getting hit, I think, by some big storm too. But luckily they're in the northern part of the panhandle, I think. So like in Ocala, so they're they hopefully don't get hit too bad with the storm. But I'm very good. This week was interesting. It was busy, but you know, manageable. And I'll get more into that too, because there's some fun stuff that we're going to cover today. And then, hello, my dear. Happy Friday. We're like a little Friday lunch club. I love it. Hello. Good to see you. And you're back. So great. Happy Friday. I hope that some of you will be able to stay logged in, but if you can't, that's okay. At least it's a nice little distraction during your lunch hour. Hi, everyone, working and lurking. Okay, you lurk away because we've got some fun things to do. And we just had a rain took down all my sunflowers. Oh no, oh, that's too bad. I wish I had sunflowers here. Yes, Ocala is in the middle of Florida. So they're I think they're okay. They haven't called me. So I'm assuming they're okay, or they have no phone service. I should call them after this and see how they're doing. We just took down it. We just had rain took down. Where do you live? I'm all for yarn. I'm not sure where what area you live in, if you're in Florida as well. I can't quite remember right now. But anyway, thank you everyone for logging in. I was just going through our Bliss by Hand community, and I know that everybody's kind of working on different things. Reggie from J Hook. Hi, Reggie. If you're out there or logging in later on, she was saying that this week she worked on putting some things on Etsy, but was like having trouble getting some stuff done too. But you know what? It's always nice to just make baby steps towards like some of the things you want to accomplish. I had a crazy busy week too, but as long as you're making baby steps and you're moving towards something, then it's good. And then Jessica Crawl said that this week she did a pattern test and it went out, and people are enjoying it so far. That's fabulous. Fantastic. And Lisa from Dragon Bee Crochet. Hello, Lisa. I'm not sure if you're logged in, but hey, she almost went 80 hours. She finished a yarn art bag, which took her almost 80 hours. And this is the biggest thing. Oh my gosh. And the biggest thing is it actually slept the whole and because she finished her bag, she was able to to sleep the whole night through. That is wonderful. You know, there's certain satisfaction when you can finally complete projects that you want to get done. Oh, let's see here. Let me just say hi to everyone who's chirping in. Oh, North Carolina. Okay, well, we drive through North Carolina too when we go to Florida, so you're quite familiar. I'm not sure if you get hit by much of the storms, but I hope you don't. And did you get hit by any of them? Let me know. Hello, Jojo, my dear. It's good to see you. So we have Janet Leprine. Oh, I'm so glad you caught my live too. Yeah, love Reggie too. She's probably not logged on right now. I'll bet you our timing is not great for her, so she isn't always able to pop on, but occasionally she's able to stay up late or be able to see us. But let's see. My week this week. Why was it busy? Okay. Proudly, my goal is to also really clear out organize my craft room before the fall hits, because like I mentioned before, it gets insane if I don't tidy it up. And all my yarns, my goal, hopefully, I think I told you too, that is I want to get my I want to actually convert part of my craft room into a studio, so that once winter hits, I can just kind of work out of there and keep all my studio equipment set up, pop on, do my lives. And I would like different angles that I want to shoot. I have something in mind. My parents want to come up and help me build it. I hope that happens, but the borders haven't opened yet. But that's okay, because I haven't cleared out the basement yet. So I will do that. So to work my way up towards cleaning that out, I cleaned out all my kitchen cupboards, which took a lot of time, because I'm thinking I'll work top down in the house and then I'll get to the kitchen that way. I mean, the basement, which is where I'm going to build the studio. And then I will at least have a huge pile of junk that I can get the junk pile out. My parents want me to have a garage sale, but sometimes I don't have the stamina. I just want it out of the house, and I'm okay with donating things, you know. I donate when I can, especially my kids. My kids, they have clothes, so they donate that stuff. But we donate things like clothes and housewares that we don't need, and they have a heck of a lot of toys. But anyway, that's like household stuff. Who wants to hear about my household stuff? We have our own to tidy up, right? So I'm going to go. Oh, let's make sure I didn't miss anyone. Hello, Miriam. Good to see you. Yay. Okay. It's a gold cleaning place for my video and yarn. Yes. And today it's kind of interesting. Kitchen cupboards. Sure. That works. Yep. It's interesting too. drop in the comments if I know Jojo has a YouTube channel and Dragon Bee Crochet, Reggie, of course. Who else does YouTube? Because I got today a part of today's little segment on Q&A. I want to do a demonstration on a question that came in from Deb Reynolds. She won one of the flash giveaways or one of the giveaways another time, and she had a question about how I do my intro. And honestly, it's so quick and easy that I thought I would show all of you because it could save you a ton of time in graphic design and video if you if I could show this to you, or if this can help you in any other way in your business. I'm going to do a quick demonstration because it's like literally a piece of cake, even if you have a business too. Hello, classy crafty wife. I still have to do my spring cleaning this year, but I see myself taking things to Goodwill every week. See, that's a thing. It's always, I try and do things in layers. That way it's like you don't have to hire a junk person to come in and take it away. Because if you could do it in bags, at least get rid of like a bag a day or 3 bags a week, then at least you don't have to hire a junk person. But I have to have a little bit of furniture taken out too. So I might have to have the junk people actually come, or because it doesn't fit in my car, so I can't bring it to the dump. But anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, my week. Let me tell you. So one of the reasons I was busy is because I designed a little while back. I can't understand what you say completely, but Miriam, oh, okay. I'm sorry. Maybe, you know what? I know I talk fast, so maybe I'll just go a little bit slower so that I'm not, can everybody hear me okay too? So, okay. Baby steps. Yes, I agree. Sometimes I have to do only one thing a day. That's it. So I was going to talk today about getting like how we get unstuck, but I wanted to show you this little demo too, in case this helps some people, because it's directly related to one of the questions I got today. So today I'm going to show you, sorry about that. I'm going to show you if you're interested, I'm going to show you, like anyone who has a business, a quick and easy way to make kind of like, I'm going to show you what I mean. It's this. Okay, sorry about that. I had to play the whole thing again. My apologies. I'm just going to show you how to make that very, very quick and easy. So, Deb, if you're watching, here is the quick demonstration. And I hope this helps everybody else who maybe has a video that you'd like to learn how to do a little bit of your own graphics design. This helps me because I save a ton when it comes to graphic design. I know a lot of you use Canva, so but I do quite a bit of my my graphic design in PowerPoint. So I'll show you how to do it really quick. Okay, so I'm going to show you here, blank presentation. Basically, all you need to do that intro is a blank presentation. So I'm going to get rid of whatever's here. And then you need, I always collect watercolor and like clip arts from Etsy. Like I'll buy the $2, $3 packages. If you guys do the same, let me know. But say you want to create a clip art of an intro like that. I'll drag a clip art in. There's a cute one. And then, so maybe I might adjust the transparency so it doesn't dominate the picture. This will be a quick and dirty one. And then I'm going to do this for Deb because she's the one who asked the question. So I would take a text box and I would put it right on top. And I'll say it's for an intro like Deb's crochet channel. Okay, so center it, choose the font you like. Let's see here. Say Deb's crochet channel. Yeah, and then we make it big so that if it's like part of your channel, then you do that. So Deb's crochet channel. I know it's like very quick and dirty, but so say that was your intro. Then I would take it and I would file and export it to whatever file that I wanted to put it in. And I would put it in JPEG. Okay, so I'll put in my live files. So Deb's intro. Okay, so now we have Deb's intro saved into my live files. And here it is. It's in JPEG. There we go. Now I would go into iMovie. If you guys have iMovie or whatever video editing software that you have, create a new movie. And I would drop it in. Okay. And then iMovie has a very simple feature where it's called Ken Burns. So you just click it. And then you click the file that you want to adjust this, and then choose the crop button, and then choose Ken Burns. It's already defaults to it. So you adjust where you want it to zoom into. This would be, oh wait, this is the start. So I would make the start like this, and then the end zoom in. So my start would be bigger. My end would be zooming into the logo or whatever. And then I would, oh, you know what I also like doing? I also like collecting music. So if I have a music track that I like my intro to be played to, then I would just drag that file in, and then let's try it. Can you hear that? So basically, if you guys can hear that, that's what it would look like. And then what I do is I'll just go to transitions. Maybe I'll clip it, delete, and then choose fade to white. So that, and fade, or maybe, so that it would look like this. That's it. And then I would export it. So I'd go back out, we'll call this Deb. And then I'd file, share project, file, next, put it in live files, and it would be saved as a video. So that is my, like, if you guys have a logo, you want something very cute that you would like saved into your intro for your YouTube videos, or you just want to do some sort of thing, then it will look like this. That's it. What did you think about that demonstration? Do you think you guys will use that very that quick and easy demonstration for your own vlog? Tell me if you think that would be interesting. Anyway, I also, one of the reasons my week was kind of wonky was because I have not a techie. It's, yeah, but you only need 2 applications, PowerPoint and iMovie. So if you have a thing, then that would be very, very simple. Oh, thank you. So cool. Were you able to hear the music? Let me know if you were able to hear the music, because you can just have a quick background sound to it as well. But anyway, I have exciting news. At the end of last week, after my last live stream, I just found out that one of my friends who I was in Taekwondo with, because I got my black belt from Yeongchang Taekwondo Academy way back like 10 years ago. But anyway, one of my younger friends was able to, like, she's been fighting in the Pan Am Games and that sort of thing. She qualified for the Olympics. Yay! And it was so exciting, because way back in 2015, when she was competing in the Pan Am Games, I created a hat for her to sponsor her for the Pan Am Games. And it was like super exciting, because we were able to like help her raise funds, because in Canada there isn't a lot of funding for athletes. So we have to do a lot of our own stuff on our own, like starving athletes. There was a little bit more these days. I know, Sylvia, like it was super duper exciting. So when she told me, I was like, oh my gosh. So anyway, she's training, she's heading off to Tokyo on the 16th, but like very, very fast. Like whenever we collaborate, it's like we do it so fast. So anyway, we designed an Olympic hat for her, and thank you. Yes, her name is Yvette Young. So we designed an Olympic hat for her, and I also re-released the Pan Am hat that I designed for her as well. And I'll show it to you on my channel. So. And I was talking to another YouTuber friend of mine, and we were just talking about like, what's involved in launching campaigns and that sort of thing. But anyway, I'm going to share my screen with you. So this is my friend Yvette. This is from our first photo shoot when she qualified for the Pan Am Games. I'm just so proud of her. She didn't think she was going to make it to the Olympics. Like before this COVID thing hit, I'm not sure she was actually in the qualifying, but then because the year of the like COVID thing hit, everything got canceled. The rankings and I think all that stuff got messed up, and then replacements had to be made, and it ended up she's got a spot now. So she is going. I'm so excited. Anyway, this is the Olympic style hat. We designed a what's it called? Enamel. We designed an enamel logo of the Canadian leaf, and we put it on the hat. And this is her favorite hat. So very quickly, see how simple it is? We just put it on one of the more simpler designs so that we could sell it to both men and women and athletes or whatever. And we launched it. So anyway, it's on my website, and I'll show you what our original toque looked like. This was the original Pan Am toque. So she, way back in 2015, she did that one. And we did a little bit of like a photo shoot back then. This is her fighting for Canada. This was actually taken in downtown Toronto. So we shot that for the Pan Am Games back then. But this is her with her bright smile. She doesn't usually look like this unless she's fighting. But she's like amazing. I'm just beside myself. Like when I found out she qualified for the Olympics, I cried. Like she's just like a little sister to me. And I'm so proud of her. Thank you. I'm very proud of her. So anyway, if you would like to support a Canadian athlete, feel free to purchase a hat, but I know you guys could totally make your own hats. Thank you. I'm going to let her know because she's just, these are the different things that you could do too, to like, if you have a business, you can promote your business by collaborating with things of your hobbies that you've done before. Like, oh, thank you. So like, I just so happened to be part of like the Taekwondo community because I was in like a very busy club before, and then I was on the board of directors for the Ontario Taekwondo Association, like way back, and they like, because I have like a connection with that sport, when something exciting comes up, I like to collaborate with that. I also like to collaborate with like dog walkers and that sort of thing, but it's a wonderful way to get your products out too. Like if you are into like charity work and your favorite charity and you want to donate your craft room supplies that you're not using to a charity or whatever, it's a wonderful way to like expand your interests as well as help others. So I just wanted to share that all with you. So I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, so, and if you guys have any questions for me, today is also a Q&A lunch and live. So you are welcome to drop anything you're wondering about in the comments. But also, if you've seen my last video on consignment, let me know what you thought about that. Hold on. My nose runs. I put my allergy spray in hopes that I wouldn't get hot and my nose would run, but it always does. So bear with me one sec. Okay. Oh, yeah. So love your marketing style. So thoughtful and practical. Oh, thank you. Well, I just like it feels natural to be able to, I hear a lot of talk about Niche. And yeah, in marketing, the first thing they teach you when you get into marketing school is, I still remember it first year, it was like all niche, target market, demographic, blah, 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 all that stuff, right? But you don't have to get stuck there. Like, you can do things that are of interest to you. But one thing that I find is everybody kind of ruminates on nailing down their niche before they get started. And I find it holds people back. If you have a general, like if you, once you have an idea that kind of rings true to your heart and you know how to convey that message, like when I collaborated with Yvette, I mean, generally my target market is just, it's more of like cottage and like women who like stylish hats, and like they're usually moms, or they like hats that they wear with their fine coats and that sort of thing. So I think about what is like what works with that, and I always like that. To me, I'm a very much about my, like I have a gut when it comes to like you all, I know you all have this too, but when it comes to creativity, when you know you see something you like, doesn't it kind of ring in your gut, or like you get a feeling that you like it, right? So when I get an image that I know how I know how to convey to the people that I want to market towards or niche towards, then I just make that image into as much of a reality as I can when it comes to like shooting it or putting it in context. So that's why you need a niche, right? Because you want to be able to kind of put it in that context of the story of how your product fits into that life, right? Of the life of the person that you're marketing towards. But here's the thing: everybody, I find, gets, well, not everybody actually, a lot of people get hunkered down in like, I haven't nailed it down. Do I have it right? Do I have it right? And then they ask everybody. They ask their coaches. They ask their everybody. But the only way to know is to try and sell it, or to put it out there, or to like make it for people and then get the feedback. Like when I had the idea of of what I wanted to make, I didn't have the finished product looking the way it does now. I think I put 5 things out there. I looked at what people were getting, what people were buying. I mean, you kind of get, you think you have a niche, you switch it. So I thought I was going to kind of appeal to the hipster community, right? So I thought, okay, like I'm going to try and do something kind of rugged, because I'm finding that men are buying my hats and men ballet dancers were buying my hats. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of interesting. But like, was that it? No, it was like kind of a one-off. When it came to like just continuing and putting it out there and observing what was working, I ended up kind of niching down towards, I guess, the style that makes most sense to me. And like, that's what I told you, like the cottage chic kind of community, the people who like, certain styles of clothing and jackets. And so a lot of my styles, I think about them when I'm designing, but I also throw in stuff that I think will look cool too, and see if it, works. And to this day, whenever you release a new product, it's always the same. I wonder if it's going to work. And you just never know who it's going to appeal to. Like when I released a newsboy hat, I thought, oh, people are going to love this. People do love it, but who bought it mostly were women who wanted to buy it for their younger daughters, and that were like tweens, or and then when I released my what's it called? It's kind of like a cloche hat, like a cap. I thought, oh, this is going to be great for people who want to wear it with a raincoat, and then they want to have like an umbrella, so I'll market it like that. But it ended up appealing more to people who were going through like chemotherapy and who wanted to be stylish when they were like in the hospital and that sort of thing. So you never know how you're gonna end up, so you just go with it, and then you build on your original theme, speak to that audience, but then like just slightly adapt to it. So don't let niche hunker you down. It doesn't need to. It doesn't need to. And then sometimes you do just like an incredibly one-off thing, like a sports thing, and that works too. So with the sports crowd, I ended up getting a lot of customers from my past Pan Am collaboration, and from that, I have like customers from around the world who know Yvette, but you know what? Pick up like hockey moms and people who like taekwondo and hockey and sports and all that other thing. And then hockey moms would then shoot pictures of themselves at the rink and then put it on like my social media saying, hey, we're watching a hockey this or that. And I'm like, okay, hockey moms now like it. So anyway, keep open mind, have an idea of who you want to speak to, but don't let it hunker you down when it comes to niching if you have a business. Okay. So I know that was a little bit of a one-off, but I thought I would just mention that. And didn't know about percentages. Oh, with consignment. Yes. Saw some consignment good tips. Thank you. I appreciate that you guys found it helpful. Now with consignment, when it comes to so practically I made hats with decor and school colors. See, I like that's another thing you could show people in school color. Like even if you were to plan a photo shoot, you might have the kids in that color hat, and then you have a picture of two parents waving the flag, like their school flag, with matching hats on. Then you could do things like a family package, like 2 smalls and 2 larges for a family for Christmas. Like order your package today, choose your colors, and then have colors that are available. You know, you could do things like that if you know you're really niching into like the families and the school color kind of thing. So there's some ideas for you. Oh yeah, hockey moms. Hockey moms love to look stylish when they're at the at the rink. Well, I mean, who doesn't? I mean, you're in a cold rink and then you're having your coffee, but what else is there to do but freeze and then have your cool looking hat on? So I love hockey moms because they like looking stylish because you're just sitting there and chatting with people. So exactly. Now, what was I going to mention too? Oh yeah, consignment. So if you guys are interested in consignment, I hope to do another one on wholesale as well, because wholesale is just like a whole nother thing. Drop in the comments if you already sell wholesale, because it can be a little bit of a daunting thing. But anyway, in terms of consignment, I know that some people are like, oh, don't sell consignment. You get advice of people saying don't sell consignment because yeah, the drawback is you have to put your own money into it and let it sit somewhere for a while before you actually make any money on it. But when you think of it in terms of it helping you with your street credibility, being in a store that you can provide that can provide you a reference later to other stores, then that helps a lot. Like in the video, I mentioned that I got into a really poshy downtown Toronto boutique. And because of that store and the awesome owner, and there's another store in Cambridge where they've been carrying my stuff since day one. And my very first order from them, yeah, it was consignment. And then eventually, since then, for years, every year they buy outright. It's just, but they all call each other and they're like, what's it like to deal with Karen? And they're like, her stuff sells, it's good. You know, and when you hear another boutique like saying, oh, her stuff sells, like totally get them. They're the best hats you can get, right? Then other boutique owners are like, okay, get me some. And then after that, you don't have to do consignment forever. Like people will afterwards, when I started doing trade shows, people would say, oh, do you do consignment? At that point, once you start selling and you're doing wholesale, I would only do consignment for stores that like literally were the ones that started it, or they're asking me a favor because, you know, they're short, like some small boutiques. I will do that. I will occasionally, I'll know them personally and they'll be like, would you be willing to do consignment? And I'll make an exception. But the thing is, it's high maintenance. You have to always call them. You have to keep track of what they're selling. You have to make sure your stuff isn't stolen. You have to go collect it. You have to make sure it's not damaged. And then during busy season, forget about it. Like November and December, when you're busy with Christmas and you already have wholesale stores, you're selling online. If you have consignment stores too, it's near impossible to keep track of what they have during the month, because it's basically check in at the beginning of the month what they have, check what they have at the end, and then just subtract it, and then hope that during their busy rush, nothing gets taken or stolen or whatever. And sometimes they're calling you to replenish. And by then you're probably sold out of everything that's black, cream, and gray, right? So if they want you to like bring another black hat in the middle of December, it's impossible. You just can't, right? That's the thing with consignment. Like if you know that they're calling you in the middle of the season, then you make a note at that point that at the beginning of next season, order double the number of black hats that they sold the last time. So that's another little tip for you that adds on to consignment. Is Karen a transgender? Huh? Oh, I think I might have a spammer. Sorry, I thought that was a question. So local to see them regularly. Yeah, definitely choose local shops so you don't have to see them, so you can see them regularly. Let me just see. That was weird. Okay. This is what happens when you don't have a moderator. Whoops. Sometimes you put... it's so true. We just got trolled. Oh my gosh. Was that funny? Yeah, that was funny. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So, okay. Let's not give that too much time of day. Oh my goodness. Yes, that is interesting. That's another theme I'd like to talk about this week that it popped in my head, and I wanted to say this week I had fun stuff happening, like the Olympics, had the consignment video out. The consignment video was actually a little rough for me because I'm not sure why, but there was a weird buzzing sound that I heard on the video post-production. And by then I'd taken all my equipment down and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't reshoot this. I already shot it. And then luckily there was a feature in iMovie that you can reduce humming. I've never used it before. It kind of distorts the sound a little bit of my own voice, but it wasn't to the point where it sounded really bad. So, and by the time you guys watch this in the middle, nobody's really going to notice, but it doesn't sound too bad. And you can't hear the humming on it now. But, you know, like when you have these little setbacks during the week, you just feel like, oh my gosh, I'm already busy. And now I have this other thing that I have to deal with. And then I had some glitchy things happen with my other social that I'm working with Facebook with. And there are some things I was going to put it out to you guys. What are some things that you try not to get like hooked by in terms of your progress and your life? That's another thing I was going to bring up today. Like at first I was like, okay, I don't want to get dragged down and like, I don't want my energy level to be pulled down because of these like little things, because in the big scheme of things, it's like, it's perspective that kind of keeps you going. So what I did was I just kind of thought about like, in the big scheme of things, it's not that big a deal. And then the thing that made me that made me really happy too was the launch of the campaign, because I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to launch the campaign, even though my social media is kind of glitchy. And luckily what I teach in like my course is that guys, no matter what, whether you start a business on anything, be sure you're collecting your own customers in your own mailing list. And that's one of the core principles of inside of my course, because I am telling you, if you haven't watched the video on like masks, like when I was able to launch my mask campaign during COVID, if I didn't have my own mailing list, I probably wouldn't have been able to launch my Olympic campaign. It's not as big as it is right now because I'm still working with Facebook on some weird glitchy things that are happening with my account. But I was able to launch with my mailing list, and I'm still able to like make sales because I don't rely entirely on social media to promote my campaigns. So when and if you're starting your campaigns, just be sure or starting your business, just be sure that you're always collecting the emails for the people who buy from you, for the people who follow you, and that you're able to get it out there. Oh, thank you, Sylvia. That makes me feel better, because you get those setbacks, and I didn't want to focus on setbacks because I was like, I was going to mention like, oh, during your lives, what kind of like things drag you down? Like, and to me, I'm weary of comparison, scarcity. Like when I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm really hitting the top of my grocery budget this week, or things like that, or like, oh, do they like my content? I just have to get out of it. Like did I launch this campaign well enough? Did I, like, all joking aside, like, I don't like to, like, and another thing I don't like to do is I don't want to complain. Like, I'm like, oh, maybe I should bring it up with other people, how they bring themselves out of ruts. But I also don't want to drag anybody else down, with talking about ruts and things that drag you down. But what I prefer to talk about is like areas I avoid, to that I have to stop myself out of, like I mentioned, like wondering if I did things well enough. So when I do sometimes you just got to launch it. Sometimes you just got to press record and upload it, right? And then whether or not you think your campaign is going to fly, you just got to launch it. But I still get butterflies in my stomach whenever I launch a campaign, because you're always wondering, like, I wonder if they like it. I hope I don't offend anybody. It's okay. And then, yeah, people will unsubscribe from your list occasionally if the content isn't for you, but that's okay, because you don't want to be paying a lot in terms of like having some platform house a huge list of yours of people who don't follow you anyway. So you just want it to be the people who care to know about it. So that's just one thing I do. So the things I thought, you know what, I will focus more on what do you guys do to persevere? And you guys, it's like you read my mind, because right at the start of this live, you guys were talking about just do things slowly. I got it done. Celebrate your wins, like do thing. Yeah. Like right now, I'm trying to make revisions to some of the modules I have in my course. And I'm like, oh my gosh, am I ever going to get this done? But that's one of my mantras. It's like, just do it slow. Just do it slow. Get what you can done. I mean, nobody's judging you but yourself. So be kind to yourself and don't judge yourself so harshly. And if you have to do it slow, do it slow. Let's see here. Let me get back to needs to be discussed. Yes, it does need to be discussed, because sharing our experiences always help. I ended up calling a friend of mine, and it was funny because she was feeling a little bit blue this week too. And then by the end of our call, we were howling and laughing about, we were both telling each other, like, how come you feel that way? You're so good at that. And she's like back at me. She's telling me that, like, what and it was just fun. Sometimes you do need to phone a friend. And we both admitted that we didn't want to call each other because we didn't want to bring each other down, but it ended up we lifted each other up. So it's always good to have like-minded people around you. Oh, thank you, Sylvia. You're so sweet. Well, that troll doesn't. And you know what? That's so funny. Oh my gosh. I think trolls and people who leave comments that are like derogatory or a little bit wonky, I think it's funny. One, because you gotta, like, I'm not gonna hand it to them, but those people at least about. Like they actually have the audacity to actually leave a comment and kind of show you that they don't like you. But it's those ones that kind of do things to your account that you don't know about, right? So anyway, that's why, like, I'm working with Facebook right now, because there's some really glitchy things that are happening. So, but at least he put it out there. He's wondering if I'm transgender. For those of you who might wondering the same, I'm not transgender. I am female, but I have nothing against transgender people. I love them. I love pansexual, non-binary people. I think anybody who's just has a good heart, good for you. Like, do you own your power? Be you. I have nothing against. Do you ever see Kinky Boots? It's like one of the best, like, musicals written by Cyndi Lauper. Totally. Let's see here. I agree, Sylvia. Not only that, but oh, wow. Guys, thank you. Oh, wow. Now I don't want to get, like, I won't be able to get my head out this door. after the live stream. Wow. Thank you so much. That's very generous for you to say. Thank you. Yes, you can't be everything to everybody. That's why we have our little luncheon live just for our little group, right? We have our little fun. But it is funny that that guy crashed the party. Let's see here. Almost 70 years old, seen and heard. I know. Oh, you are? Wow, Sylvia. Well, good for you. Yes. I hope I'm still doing this when I'm 70. I hope that I'm still we have a nice community and I'm able to travel, maybe do vlogs when I'm out with my husband traveling. That is my goal. My husband retires in 7 years. And by then, I hope that I can take this kind of on the road and we can travel a heck of a lot more because right now, because he's only available in the summertime, we can only travel then. Well, we can't really travel right now, but I anticipate we'll be able to. And by then, everything will be open. We can just do everything from the road. I can write from the road, design from the road. And also, hi, Karen. Hi, Lucky 3. Only 20. Oh, yeah. Oh, me. I'm 22 in my mind. Actually, 29 is actually a good age. If you were to jump back to any age, what would that age be? I wouldn't jump back to my teens because I didn't love high school. I didn't love it. If you could probably tell by my personality, I was always a little quirky and I never traveled in huge groups because my friends, we moved a lot. So whenever, by the end of my elementary school, I had to move towns. So I lost all my friends there. And back then it was expensive to call long distance. And then when I finished high school, I moved again. My parents moved again. So I always lost my friends and I always had to learn how to make friends quickly. So by the time I got to high school, I didn't have a group of friends that I could hang out with because I didn't have a crowd and all these people knew each other from elementary school, right? So I just make friends with whoever and then do a lot of extracurricular activities. That's what I did. If you can't tell, I was a cheerleader. I was a cheerleader because I'm enthusiastic. And then I was on student council. I loved student council. That was fun too. I was a publicity director for student council. So who would have thought that I would have loved marketing, right? And then I was female sports rep. And yeah, what I really loved was college and university. That's where I formed a lot of my best friends. That's why if I were to go back to any age, I'd probably go back to about 22 to 26. Those were fun years. And I still have the friends that I have from 22 to 26, all three of them. But okay. Let's just go. I would go back to 23. That's a good age. I'd go back to my 20s, just finishing university or just ending university, just when you feel accomplished and you're kind of going out there and making real money in the world. 42 was given for, oh my gosh, Sylvia, we got a sales star here. Was given an award for sales. Good for you. Go back to my 20s. I would go 20s was fun. And then 30s, I started having babies. So that was somebody was saying 30s here. Who was saying 30s? I just got 48. You got to 48? I wish to retire in 7 years too. Good for you. So you're 48? Huh. We're almost the same age. Actually, yeah. You're just a year older than me. Retired at 47. But you know what I find? You know what I find though is doing this when I shifted my career from corporate to this, sure, it took time to build, but I wouldn't say I feel retired, but this is what I want to be doing. I'm not probably going to retire from this until I really can't physically do something that requires this. I might maybe not make as much physical stuff. Maybe I might focus more into just designing, blogging, and coaching. But I don't know if I would stop doing this. I'd probably do this for as long as my mind is capable of conversing, discerning, being able to think about how to do stuff or keep up with the times. That's what I probably do. The only thing I worry about is not being able to keep up with technology, but I love tech. Like I like getting, I don't get every single iPhone, but I like to know what new platforms there are out there. I jump on calls with salespeople from like marketing and business people, with like people from Pinterest and Facebook and stuff, to find out what it is that they can offer me as a business to help improve. Yeah. Oh, you're a nurse. I see. She doesn't have. Oh, thank you. You guys are just, you're being too nice today. So, but thank you very, very much. You know what I did want to share with you is I wanted to share, let's see, the things that helped me get into perspective. So one of the things that helped me get back into perspective and kind of knock myself out of it, like if I feel myself going into like a rut, I wish to retire at 55. That's a great age. Honestly, Jojo, I don't think will you retire? Oh, you want to retire from nursing at 55. Most likely we're all probably just going to keep crocheting, right? We'll have our own little community still going. But I wanted to share you my top 3 books that kind of helped me pull me out of this little rut that I thought I was going to go into, but didn't, luckily, because I was looking forward to this live. Actually, I was conversing with Cherie from Rose, yours truly, but what's the name? I was talking to Cherie, and I was talking to her about some of the glitches I was dealing with, and how I was looking forward to the live, because this makes me feel happy and fun. So anyway, what I wanted to do was also share with you some of the things that I read, in case you're interested, that always I keep at my bedside, because it makes me, it lifts me up. So let me just share some of these. Whoops, share screen. Here we go. Share. Okay, one of the books I leave by my bedside is this one. I'm not sure if I shared this with you. It's by Matthew Kelly. It's not like, sure, some of my books are kind of spiritual, but these are the ones that kind of uplift me. And they're not like, do this, do something else, do another business thing. These ones are just more like holistic, taking care of like how you feel on the inside, and that you're connected and well-centered. This is on top of like meditating and a little bit of yoga that I do. So A Call to Joy is written by Matthew Kelly. I own probably almost all his books. Yeah, he's a Catholic, but it's not so much Catholic focused, but it's just, it helps you center yourself and see what it is. This is one of his older books. It looks like something. It is very nice to read. So check that one out. And A Return to Love. My mother gave this to me when I was in college. And because I was away from home, we were like, during those years where you're not at home, I was feeling kind of blue. And she sent this to me. She's like, Karen, you have to try this. This was an Oprah recommended book at the time. And I tell you, I think I've bought it about 3 times, and I also buy it to give to people, because it's wonderful. It puts you back in the perspective of love, for like when you're thinking about work and your body and your life. And it's like there's like different chapters. Literally, it's like your work, your body, your life. Like it's so good. Oh, gee, I forgot to. There's one more that I just bought that was recommended by a business group that I'm in right now. And before I share, let me actually share the last one in this list, but I'll tell you about it. And then I've shared this one before, the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. That one is wonderful. I listen to that on audiobook when I'm driving in the car. It always uplifts me. Cherie, I just mentioned you. I was just telling everybody about how we chatted on Facebook recently, and how I was kind of worried about something this week, but I'm sharing things that I read to kind of help uplift me. So I'm glad you were able to make it. Rose, yours truly brave. Her first name is Cherie. So, but yours truly Rose, yes. So let me. It is. And another book that I think that would help any women, because I know a lot of us are women here, is it was, hold on, I just got allergies. there's a book that was recommended by a friend of mine in one of my other WhatsApp groups, and it's called In the Flow. It's for women, and it basically tracks it tells you, okay, we know that our hormones kind of work in cycles, right, during the month, and it can affect our moods and our energy levels, because literally, like, it's not just us choosing to be grumpy or super happy or whatever, but it affects our productivity levels when we are up, when we have low energy, when our hormones are more progesterone or estrogen, right? So there are ways to kind of, like, as a female business person, or even a woman, a mother, a person who has busy things to do, things to accomplish, things that she has to do to take care of herself too. There are ways to look at your cycle and figure out when to put things in the month, like when your energy level is high. And it was like they explained like it's like the follicular time of your cycle or whatever. Schedule your appointments then, if you can. Shoot your videos, launch your designs, plan your month, that kind of stuff. And then, of course, when you're in the part where you're, say, menstruating, by then you probably just want to go into like inside mode, let me have a cup of tea mode, right? So then is just kind of like, maybe you just want to go into hermit mode and work on the stuff that maybe you want to just be writing. Then you're not trying to like clean your craft room out or lift heavy things to your van, right? So check it out. I'm going to read this book. I'll do a review, but already one of the people who reviewed this book, it was just like, she gave the gist of it. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. So if you're able to track when you are high energy and not high energy and just anticipate it, then at least, you won't be snapping at your kids when you're trying to get something done, right? Because you're going to be in your office because you already planned all that other stuff out. Everything's up and running and automated. You're already just writing and working on other things. So I hope you will check it out. Maybe read it with me and let me know what you think. I don't have a picture. I wish I brought it up. It's called In the Flow. But read it, and then we'll talk about the book and what you didn't like about it. I'm totally the cup of tea lady too. One of the cup of teas that are my most favorite is the Arbonne one. But anyway, before our little lunch hour is over, I don't recommend books if I don't think that you're going to get one, right? So let's do a $10 gift card. And maybe you can get In the Flow. The winner can get get In the Flow as well, and then read it. We'll read it together, okay? Let's do a $10 Amazon gift card. So maybe you can get this book as well. Now, where did my giveaway thing go? Okay, let's do this. Hold on, let me bring up. So for those of you who stay to the end, of course I have a goodie for you. Let's see here. You know what? I was going to drop it. I was going to ask you guys, because I don't want to isolate anybody, but I was thinking about having a members only group so I could do like our flash lives within there. But like in YouTube, you have to actually have a small monthly fee for that. Is that something you guys would do? Let me know if you would or wouldn't, because I don't want to isolate anybody. I'd hate if my tried and true friends here weren't able to participate in it. But I really would love to have a group where, we get really, really into the stuff that we're into. Okay, anyway, let's do today's luncheon live. Let me know if you would join a members only group for this channel so that we could do members only luncheon lives and members only advice. Then you could ask your questions there too. Okay, so, today's word for the $10 Amazon gift card is #spirit. Okay, #spirit, because we're going to uplift each other's spirits. Okay, so #spirit. So I'll give you a few members. Oh, Sheree. Oh, you were so lovely. Thank you. I'm glad you would. You know what I can't wait to do? I haven't checked my business mailbox. So I'm in Canada, though, so I haven't had a chance to check out if any granny squares came in for our dream coat. I can't wait. So that's another thing too, because I was like, because I've been working on the Olympic launch, I haven't been able to make a granny square. So I have an idea of the granny square that I'm going to, some of the granny squares that I'm going to make for the DREAMCOAT myself, but I haven't had a chance to sit down and make it. But boy, would I love uninterrupted time just to sit and make some gorgeous granny squares. Now, some of you were asking, do I prefer a certain fiber? I don't want to impose on you guys. Like if you need to use acrylic because that's what you have in your craft room, great. But it is easier to block natural fibers. So if you have natural fibers like wool or like cotton or any other natural fiber yarn, then that one is also that it's a little bit easier to block. So once we get them all together, because it's going to be, I'm anticipating it's going to be kind of wonky to block, but it can be done. So try natural fibers if you have them. If not, it's okay. It can be done. Okay. We can arrange it in a way so that it'll work. Oh, my friend from Chicago. Of course it would be fun. My daughter actually really wants me to do this members only thing, but I don't want to isolate anybody. That's why. So, but I'm gonna work. We're working on. She's already working on it. She made these like emojis. She drew them because she's a little bit gifted with drawing. So she's drawing my little stickers for me. She's like, "Mom, you should make these your stickers," and they're so cute. So I might put them as like member only stickers. Oh, it's okay. Saf, you know what? It's okay. Because you know what? I'll still do lives with everybody too. So don't you dare worry. Well, I wouldn't stop the regular lives, but if you were able to join like a members only one, then at least for everybody who always shows up, then at least there's a better chance to win our little flash giveaways too. Okay, so let's screen share. Oops, here we go. And Spirit. Is that everybody? I hope Spirit. I hope everybody's in there. Okay, so let's get ourselves in the flow and any book we love and start collecting comments. Okay, we have our comments. And the winner is, this is the best part. This is the best part. Who will win today's luncheon live? Yours truly, my Rose. Oh my gosh. You are so lucky. She like literally logs in. Oh my gosh. Good for you. I hope you'll read this book with me. If you don't read the book, get another good book for yourself or whatever's in your Amazon card. Congratulations, my friend. I'm not sure if you have my email, but I'll drop it in the comments as usual. Or you can actually, you're on Facebook too. So you know that, you know how to also reach me, but I will again, just in time. Yes, join me in congratulating Rose. I'll drop it in my email, Karen V Miguel. And this isn't the last time anyway, guys. We're going to have so much fun. At, what is it? At bell.net. There we go. Oops. Here we go. Okay, so that's the email to email me or put it in our you can message me in Facebook through Bliss by Hand. I know that you're there too. And if you haven't joined the Bliss by Hand group, head over there too and drop any questions you have about business or my channel or anything about crochet, or just share what's up, because today's Friday and we're celebrating things that we've accomplished this week. So guys, thank you for uplifting me in today's live, and I hope you had a fun luncheon live with me. So enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you all soon. Take care, guys. Bye.